Hello everybody, it's MelodySketch, and today I'm going to be continuing my reading of Shadow's Son. I will leave the link to the story in the description below. Where we left off was chapter 4. Also, I'm listening to iHeartRadio. This is True Love by Dove Cameron. Well, was. Because of you. Now let us continue with our story. Chapter 4. Amy's point of view. I can't believe that Shadow still has that freak inside our home. I'm gonna have to have a serious talk with him tonight. As I enter Manic's room, I see him hanging all the new clothes I bought him. I don't know how Shadow can think that he's a delinquent. He's very nice and polite, and always does stuff when I ask him to. He's going to make great company around here. Need any help? I ask him. He turns and says, "Nah, I'm good, but thanks anyway." He continues hanging his clothes. "Okay, I'll be downstairs if you need anything," I said, as I started walking down the stairs. "Okay," he said. I walk into the living room to see Shadow playing with Sonic on his lap. "Ga-ba-ba, I'm bad at making baby noises," Sonic said as he was playing peekaboo with Shadow. I don't know how Shadow can stand that thing. Normal point of view. As Amy made it to the living room, she noticed that all the baby stuff lying around. "You already spent money on that little brat?" Amy yelled. I can't really yell right now because my parents don't know that I'm still awake. And if they knew I was awake, they'd take this tab away from me. I cannot risk it. This is what I used to do most of my videos, so. Okay, now where was I? "You already spent money on that little brat," Amy yelled. That's as loud as I can yell right now. Shadow glared at his so-called wife before continuing to watch Sonic. Amy growled and went to the kitchen. Manic came downstairs and saw Shadow in the living room with Sonic. He went and sat down next to him. "Hey." Shadow glanced over. "Hi," he said. "Can I see him?" Manic said. "What?" "Can I see your kid?" Sure," Shadow says, as he hands Sonic over to Manic. Sonic squeals after noticing the new stranger. "Gabba, gabba, baba," he says. Manic chuckles. "Hey, little guy." Shadow gets up and heads towards the kitchen while Manic stayed with Sonic. He sees Amy in the kitchen cutting some vegetables. "You know you're going to have to get rid of him," Amy said angrily. "Oh, and why is that?" Shadow said, annoyed. Because we already have the perfect child. We don't need a little freak ruining our happiness," she said venomously. He brings me happiness more than you ever could," Shadow said in the same tone. Amy gasped and started to tear up. "You don't mean that," she said, a cascade of tears rolling down her cheeks. "I mean it, and you know it's true. All you've ever done is complain, whine, and get angry. And I'm tired of it." Shadow yells as he slams his fist on the table. "Well, at least I took you in. You are nothing but a freak, just like that baby is. Maybe that's why you picked him in the first place," she said angrily. Maybe so, Amy. But that doesn't change the fact that we're through. "I'll see you in court in a few days," Shadow said as he turned around to leave. "Fine then. I don't need you, you monster." Amy said before collapsing to her knees, sobbing. Shadow went upstairs, packed all of Sonic's things, went downstairs, took Sonic away from Manic and Chaos Controlled out of the house, leaving the remaining two hedgehogs alone in the quiet house. When Shadow finished Chaos Controlling, Sonic was giggling and laughing. I guess he likes the feeling of chaos energy, Shadow thought, while smiling down at Sonic. Sonic looked at Shadow and smiled. Abba, Gabba, he said while reaching his little chubby arms out to touch Shadow's face. Shadow held Sonic's little hands in his as he saw Sonic wrap a hand around one of his fingers. Sonic's eyelids started to grow heavy as he laid his head against Shadow's chest. Shadow held him close while starting to look for a hotel. After about 20 minutes, he sees one. He goes in and asks for a room for one. The lady gives him a key and a room number, and he goes to the elevator. After he makes it to his room, he opens the door and puts all his stuff on the bed. He lays Sonic on the bed and puts some pillows on the floor, just in case Sonic falls off. He goes to the bathroom and comes back after brushing his teeth. He lays down on the bed and brings Sonic close to him. Good night, Sonic. Ba, Sonic said before falling asleep. After a while, Shadow started to fall asleep, waiting to see what would happen the next day. Chapter 5. When Shadow woke up, he noticed that Sonic was already awake and was playing with his chest fur, whatever. Sonic noticed he was awake and reached for Shadow's face. Shadow picked him up and took him to the bathroom. After they came out, Shadow got Sonic and himself dressed. They went downstairs to the cafeteria to get breakfast. After breakfast, Shadow planned to go and get some food for Sonic since he had run out. About a half hour later, he came back with Sonic's food. He went inside his hotel room and placed Sonic on the bed and sat down in a recliner. After a while, Sonic started to get bored. Abba, ga, Sonic babbled. Sonic tried to reach over to Shadow. After he realized that Shadow was too far away, he started to cry. Shadow came over, picked him up, and sat on the recliner with Sonic on his lap. He wiped tears off Sonic's face. There, all better now? Shadow asked. Sonic gave a little smile. Gabba! Soon enough, Sonic's eyelids started to grow heavy as he leaned his head against Shadow's chest. After a couple minutes, he fell asleep in Shadow's arms. Shadow looked at the clock and saw that it was already 1. He got up and gently laid Sonic on the bed. After surrounding Sonic with pillows just in case he fell, Shadow picked up his phone and made a phone call to his lawyers about the divorce papers. About an hour later of the intense and confusing conversation, Shadow finally finished. The lawyer said that he would be able to sign the papers in court on Friday. Since today was Wednesday, Shadow didn't mind waiting 2 more days. He calls Amy. What do you want, Shadow? Amy said in an angry tone. I just called to inform you that you have to appear in court on Friday to sign the divorce papers, Shadow said calmly. You weren't kidding about that, were you? Amy said sadly. I don't kid around, Amy. You know that. I'll see you on Friday, he said. All right, then, Shadow. See you then, Amy said on the verge of tears. Shadow hung up the phone. and gave a disappointed sigh. He's been with Amy for 2 years, and he's never felt that certain spark with her. He thought she'd be able to fill in the empty void that Maria left in his heart. I guess she just wasn't the one, Shadow thought. Shadow was in a deep thought until he heard Sonic start to whimper in his sleep. Sonic started to shake and cry out. "Gabba, Gabba," he said while shaking. He must be having a nightmare, Shadow thought. Shadow picked him up and took him into a rocking chair that was near the window. He sits down and starts rocking the chair. He whispers sweet little things into Sonic's ear while petting his quills to try to calm him down. After a couple of minutes of repeating this action, Sonic started to calm down. Shadow's ears pricked as he heard purring coming from Sonic. Shadow smiled and continued rocking until he was sure Sonic was calm enough. He got up and placed Sonic on the bed. He went to the phone and ordered room service from the hotel, and about a half hour later Sonic started to wake up. He rubbed his eyes with his little hands, sat up and looked around. He saw Shadow lying on the other side of the bed and started to crawl toward him. Once he got to him, he started to poke Shadow's muzzle. Shadow grumbled in his sleep and rolled over, his back facing Sonic. Sonic pouted cutely and crawled over Shadow's shoulder and fell in front of his face. He started to poke Shadow's forehead until Shadow rolled over and was lying on his back. Sonic climbed up Shadow's stomach. When he got to Shadow's face, he sat on it. After a while, Shadow couldn't breathe, so he finally woke up. What's on my face? Shadow said as he started waking up. Shadow reached for his face and felt Sonic's tummy. Sonic started laughing hysterically as Shadow ran his fingers up and down his sides. Shadow took him off his face and sat him on the bed. He got up and noticed that it was only 3. Suddenly, Sonic started crying. Shadow picked him up and started rocking him back and forth. "Shh, it's okay. What's wrong?" As soon as Shadow said that, he heard Sonic's stomach growl. "Looks like someone's hungry," Shadow said as he walked to the bag that held Sonic's food. He took out a bottle and some milk and heated it. As soon as it was handed to Sonic, he started sucking viciously on the bottle. After a while, he slowed down. Now being full, Sonic started to look for something to play with. He saw a stuffed animal in the corner of the room and reached out for it. "Gabba, Baba," he said as he tried to squirm out of Shadow's arms to get to the toy. Shadow put him down on the floor and he crawled to the toy. Oh, wow, this is taking a lot of breath out of me. What was I? Sonic grabbed the stuffed zebra and hugged it as tight as he could. Shadow smiled at the sight. What's with all the smiling? That was just a little side note from the author. He picked Sonic up and took him downstairs to the hotel's cafeteria to get some lunch. After that, he got a phone call. "Hello?" Shadow said. "Hey, hun, Rouge." Rouge said, "Ugh, I hate Rouge. She's one of my least favorite characters. Especially since she looks like a freaking slut/whore. Sorry for my language for those of you who are kids. I'm sorry for the language, but this is just my opinion on Rouge. You will understand once you are older. Shadow gave an aggravated sigh. What do you want, Batgirl? He said, annoyed. Jeez, no need to be grumpy. Can't a girl just call to say hi? Rouge said. Shadow rolled his eyes. What do you want? He repeated again. Rouge sighed. The commander wants to see you in his office. Right now? Can't it wait? Sorry, Shazzy, but he wants you in there pronto. Shadow sighed. For the 10th time today. I'm on my way, he said. He hung up and looked down at Sonic. Sonic looked up and smiled at Shadow. Who am I going to take you to? Who am I going to get to take care of him? I can't leave him with Amy. Definitely not Rouge. I guess I'm going to have to take him with me, Shadow thought. After he went and got the bag with Sonic's baby stuff, he signed out of the hotel and headed for Gun. Well, how long is it? Rather not. So that's it for this video, guys. I will continue my reading on Thursday. I will be recording readings every other day. I will be recording readings on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So that is it for now, guys. Also, for those of you who think this is a Sonata story, it's not. I'm just saying because Arctic Blue Harmony thought that it was a Sonata story, and she knows I dislike Sonic. She knows that I dislike Sonato. My friend Scala Bunny is the one that likes Sonato. She's the one that supports it. I don't. But that is all for now, guys. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.